Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello. And it is Friday. Happy Friday. It is the 11th of December, and we are still currently reading from the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck. It is a deck that is created by Minerva Siegel and beautifully illustrated by Abigail Larson. And I think that Abigail's imagery in this fully embodies the feel and essence of the film. And I just think that these are a lot of fun. I'm super grateful to my dear friend and tarot student Taylor, who lent these cards to me for the month. And I hope she, as well as all of you, are kind of getting some interesting insights through kind of maybe the choices that were made for these cards. And I know I'm certainly learning a little bit about why they would have chosen these cards or these images for these particular cards. And I don't know, I'm having fun with it. And what is December all about but having fun and doing holiday stuff and just being kind of silly? I just think that this is probably one of the best holiday movies for the month of December, as well as being kind of the most fun deck that I've done so far. Not to downgrade any of the other decks that I have done, but yes, I think that this one has been kind of the most notably interesting because of its pop culture references. I do like that. Like every once in a while, a pop culture deck is great. All right, so the cards are jumping out at me. So without further ado, let's see what card we have for Friday and the weekend. Okay, as I mentioned before with some of the other cards, the minor arcana suits are not your typical representations. So instead of having your wands and your coins or pentacles, your cups and your swords, instead you have the needles, the presents, the potions, and the candles. So candles are going to represent wands, and I like this because to me, wands, the element of wands is fire. So obviously the easy answer to this is you light a candle on fire. So it makes sense. The other thing that I've attributed to it, I have no idea if this is the goal of the cards themselves or their creators, but wands are supposed to be representative of kind of wishes and creativity and that sort of magical thinking. And I've attributed candles to it in the sense of you blow out candles on your birthday, you light candles for ritual and kind of to create an ambiance and for that creativity of it and kind of to create this magical space. So I'm willing to say that I think that candles and wands go together because magic wands and lighting candles are both magical things to do and have that creativity element to them and that ritual element to them. That is totally just me. It's going to help me remember which of these cards this suit belongs to or which suit these cards belong to. Whatever. Scratch that, reverse it. And I think it's a lot of fun and a fun way to look at these. And that's kind of what it's all about. I had somebody recently tell me that they still need to look at the guidebook. And that's okay, which by the way, this one came with a really cute guidebook. I didn't show it today. It's got a really good guidebook. It's full color illustrations and everything. It's super neat. I really like it for what it is. And I think that most people probably getting this deck are going to be a little bit new at tarot. I could be totally wrong by that. But I think most people getting the Nightmare Before Christmas deck are probably getting it because they are Nightmare Before Christmas fans rather than big time tarot readers. All right, so enough about that. Onto the card itself. Aces are always going to be kind of new beginnings, that fresh start to something. And Ace of Candles or Ace of Wands is going to be new ideas, creativity, that kind of eureka moment, aha moment, that burst of creative energy that you get when you first start a project. And this is kind of cool because this is the second card I've gotten today with my draws that has to do with creativity and starting new projects. I think this is a great card to have for a Friday because as we go into the weekend, we kind of get to do our more creative projects. They aren't necessarily work projects or things that we have to do. These are the creative things, the things that we want to do. And I'm not going to put aside that, creatively speaking, cleaning your house and preparing for the holidays is still one of those things that it's like, it's creative in its own way. You've got to make the house beautiful, you've got to set up for the holidays. All of those kinds of things have to be done. So I still think it fits with the theme overall of this card. Ace of Pentacles, or sorry, Ace of Wands, when it comes up, is usually going to be to do with the creative stuff. That said, it can also be energizing. So if you've been kind of in a la kind of mood, and maybe you don't have that spirit of the holiday in you yet, and you're kind of like, it is what it is. Maybe you're even kind of grumpy about the whole thing. This can ignite kind of those higher energy feelings and a little kick in the serotonin, so to speak. So I like this card for the weekend because to me it's a fun weekend card. It's not a drudgery of the work week kind of card. It's that let's have fun, let's experience some exciting things this weekend. Let's discover something new. And it's okay if that something new is a new movie on Netflix or something like that. That's fine. But that's the energy of this card, is new and creativity and energizing, because what is fire but a kind of creative force, a energizing force, because you get heat and warmth and all of those things from it. On the flip side, this card can mean that whatever you were creatively working on has kind of overwhelmed you. So we've all done it throughout the holidays, no matter what that holiday is. We're like, we got to make it the best holiday ever, and it's got to be the biggest and the most wonderful, and everybody's got to be the happiest they've ever been, and the best presents, and the biggest tree, or whatever it is that you're doing. We can get a little wrapped up in it. So if this card comes up inverted, I feel like, especially now with the holidays, a way to look at this card when it's inverted is when you kind of you're on fire, but you've taken on way more than you should, and you know that, and maybe it's time to kind of step back a little and reassess and say, okay, but really, what do I want? I want this to be fun, and that's what this card should be. It should be about fun and creativity and energy. And if you're feeling overwhelmed and you're feeling like you're taking on too much, this card is sort of here to remind you, you don't have to have it perfect, and it doesn't have to be amazing. It can just be, and it's okay. And I'm being visited by Solaris. The cats are being very visity this month. I don't know what it is. So if you want to say hello to the passing Solaris.